Big Safe.
Fat Man Scoop, Brooklyn Clan. What's up, y'all? This is Fat Man Scoop. And right now, you watching the sensei, the number one, the king, my dude, Big Brando. He taught me, personally, me, Fat Man Scoop. All you gotta do is keep your mouth closed and your ears open. Listen to the man talk. That's knowledge personified right there. And I wouldn't trust nobody else but my dude, Big Brando. And I said it. Fat Man Scoop, Big Brando. Let's go.
What's happening, everybody? Boy Big Brando, and today let's talk about pre-orders and pre-sales. Now, recently, this has been a common question I've been getting on Instagram a lot, and it's, should I do a pre-sale? Do you do pre-orders? What's the pros and cons to doing a pre-sale and pre-order? I think that's what I want to do for me and my brand. Now, to answer this in short, I do not do any pre-sales or pre-orders. I have done them in the past, long time ago, but I no longer do them anymore. Do I think they work, and do I think they're effective? Yeah, they can be. Does this mean that every pre-sale and pre-order that you do is going to be a home run? No, it is still a shot in the dark. Do I recommend anybody else doing a pre-sale or pre-order? You guys have to do what works best for you. If you feel that a pre-sale and a pre-order makes sense to you, try it out and go for it. There is no harm in trying. This business is all trial and error. We test out things and we try things out to see if they work for us. If they don't work, then we don't do it again. If it does work, then we continue to use that same process. Just because something works for me doesn't mean it's going to work for you. And just because something works for you doesn't mean it's going to work for the next person. We all have to be free thinkers within this business. Think for ourselves and do what works best for us and our business. Now, here's a couple reasons why people use pre-orders and pre-sales, and the biggest one is because they don't want to waste money on inventory. So what they do is maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks before, they'll say, hey, I'm taking pre-orders for this t-shirt design in this color. Place your orders, and within 2 weeks, I'll ship out everybody's order. Typically, this is how it goes. This isn't the only way to do it, but typically this is how it works. So you do all your promotion, all your advertising, and then you put it up on your site that this t-shirt right here is gonna be a pre-order. You explain to the customer that once I get all the pre-orders in, I'll go into production and then ship everybody's stuff out. This way, you know exactly how many people are buying the shirts, what sizes to order. You get real world feedback from the market. And then at the end of the pre-order window, you have a good set of numbers to go based off of. You print those up, you ship those out to the customer. This is a way to minimize the risk of pre-printing a bunch of stuff or buying a bunch of transfers, buying a bunch of blank t-shirts in sizes and colors that you don't know if you're gonna use or not. Once again, it's all about minimizing the risk. Now let's talk about why I don't do pre-orders anymore. This is one of the big issues that I used to run into when doing pre-orders that made me stop doing pre-orders. All right, so I have a design, I have a colorway that I want to go with. I printed up one sample with DTG and I use that for all my marketing and promo. So once I ran the promo campaign of teasing the shirt, talking about the shirt, bringing awareness around the shirt, then I hit them with the pre-order. This is going to be a pre-order t-shirt. You have from now till this time to place your orders, and then after the window closes 2 weeks from now, everybody will have their shirts. So I run the promo before I open up the shopping window. Tease the shirt, create excitement, create engagement, brand awareness, t-shirt awareness, and then I open up the pre-order window. Going based off of digital reactions, meaning how many people engage with the post, how many people liked the post, how many people shared the post, was giving me an idea of how popular the shirt was gonna be or how much people liked it. This is where you have to come to grips with likes does not equal dollar signs. Just because somebody likes your post doesn't mean they like it enough to buy it. This is something that people get caught up on all the time. I used to get caught up on this all the time also, until I got that hard reality check that likes do not equal dollar signs. So people are liking it, people are engaging with it. This is fire, this is cool, I need this shirt in this size, blah, blah, blah. Then I open up the pre-order window. Say, all right, for everybody that wanted the shirt, I'm opening up pre-orders now. You have from this time to this time to place your orders, and then I'll get them shipped out to you. Now, I'm running my business off of transfers, which means based on the pre-orders is how many transfers I'll be ordering and then pressing up and then shipping out. Now the pre-order window is open. First 3 days, I only get 2 sales. My pre-order window is open for a whole week. During this time, I'm promoting, I'm advertising, I'm pushing the shirt on social media. But the first 3 days, I only get 2 sales. Towards the end of the window, pushing even harder, promoting even harder, and barely scrape by another 2 sales. So what this tells me is this design is not as popular as I thought it was. when everybody was liking and sharing and talking about that they needed it, because now they have the opportunity to buy it and nobody's buying it. On top of that, I've only sold 4 shirts within a whole week window. Here's the issue. I'm ordering transfers. There's a minimum on the transfers that I'm ordering. I have 4 shirts to fulfill. That means I have to meet the minimum for the transfers. So I'm paying over for the transfers, and now I have to ship out just 4 t-shirts. In my head, I'm hoping that I'm selling 48, 72, maybe even 100 projected sales based on the data I got from people liking and engaging with the post previously to opening up the pre-order window. But since 4 people bought the shirt, I have to pay for the transfers and the blank t-shirts still. I have to meet the minimum for the transfers, and I got to get these things shipped out. Most of you guys know this, but I buy my transfers in the hundreds. That's where the best price break is at. That's the volume that I'm used to doing. Most of you guys already know this, but the lower quantity that you buy, the higher per sheet it is. The more you buy, the cheaper per sheet it is. That's just how it works. That's how printing works, period. The more you buy, the cheaper it is. When I'm buying at the lowest minimum that they offer, I'm paying 100% full price for those transfers. No price break, no nothing. So I'm barely breaking even on these t-shirts. I did all this work for a month and I only sold 4 t-shirts. This is something that I ran into a lot because not every single design that I release is a home run. There are some designs that I release that burn like wildfire and I make a lot of money off of them. But there are a lot of designs that I do that aren't it, and they only sell a few t-shirts. The bulk of my profit and my margins are based on gang sheets and ordering in bulk. Ordering 50 to 100 piece transfers and hitting those price breaks, getting my print costs down. If I'm paying full price for transfers because I'm only selling 4 of them and I have to order 20 transfers or 10 transfers or whatever the minimum is, I'm losing money at that point. So that's the main reason why I don't do the pre-order thing anymore, is because it costs more if I'm selling at low quantities. So now what I do is I'll gang up a bunch of designs on a sheet and at least have 4 different offerings to go based off of. Prior to that, I test out my designs in real time in real life to get real world reactions. I noticed that in-person reactions are a lot better than social media reactions. Social media people just like stuff out of habit and not necessarily because they actually like what they see. In real life, if you go up to somebody and say, hey man, where'd you get that shirt? I like that shirt. You're a little bit more engaged and actually a little bit more interested in taking the time out of your day to ask somebody about their t-shirt. This is what I go based off of, is the real world reactions, not the social media ones. Because like I said, likes do not equal dollar signs. Now with that being said, does that mean pre-orders don't work? No, they do work. There's a lot of people that have good success with pre-orders, but there are a lot of things factored into the pre-order. And the biggest one of them all is the design. The design has to be relatable to the end user. The audience has to like the design in order for the pre-order to work. If your design is lacking, nobody's gonna place any pre-orders. And if you do get pre-orders and it's a low quantity, now you're paying higher for your transfers or your screen print or whatever it is. Remember, when you're doing screen printing, there's a lot of minimums involved also. So just keep that in mind. Be very wary about doing pre-orders and understand the risk involved with it. Like I said, do they work? Yeah, but the biggest selling point is the actual design. If your design is not it, if your design is lacking in any area, it could hurt the pre-sale or the pre-order. But if you got a banger of a design and you know it, everybody around you knows it, you've tested it out and you know it's it, yeah, shoot it. Go for a pre-order, go for the pre-sale. But that's where your marketing and your promotion have to be able to carry that into the faces of the people that you need to buy it. Not just your inner circle, not just your friends and family, but beyond that. You know what I mean? If you are curious about doing a pre-order, pre-sale, test it out, try it out, see if it works. If you don't think it's for you, then don't do it. There's no harm, no foul. Like I said, this thing is all trial and error. The way I figure out what works best for me is I just test stuff out. If it doesn't work, like I tried the pre-order thing, I noticed that it doesn't work for me, so I no longer do it. Does it mean it's a bad thing? No, it just doesn't work for myself. You gotta test things out for yourself, see what works. All right, hopefully this video helps somebody out there. If you got any questions, leave it in the comments. Follow me on Instagram, BigBrandoTV. Catch you guys on the next one, man. Yeah.